Okay, so on this video, I wanted to talk about the biggest upgrade mistake I've ever made. So, if you watched a previous video I did, I mentioned that typically I don't do mental gymnastics when it comes to my upgrades. I decide what I want and I buy it. Well, this particular upgrade, I decided what I wanted, bought it, and then realized I bought the wrong thing to fix the problem. So I was one of the people that was lucky enough to get an RTX 3080 back within. I think I got mine within about a week of original release, give or take. It was within the first few weeks. And I paid a little bit extra. I paid $1,000 for it because that was back when a thousand people were complaining about $1,000 3080s for the first few weeks before people realized just how bad it was going to get. And I took the opportunity. I bought a 3080 off of a local seller for what amounted to about $1,000. Um, and so, actually, I'm wrong. Now that I remember it, I actually paid about $600 for that video card. I'm thinking back, and I'm thinking about my 4090. I bought the 3080 in a pre-built system, and the final cost, once I was done reselling all the parts I didn't need, was about $600 for my 3080. Okay, so I got a 3080 for a great deal. Moral of the story. Um, a little bit less than it should have been. Even if I'd gotten it at MSRP, I got mine probably $100 sub MSRP. So lucky me. So fast forward 2 years. So that was 2020. Fast forward 2 years, and I had upgraded to 38-inch ultra-wide gaming monitors running 3840 by 1600. And when the first couple of after the first couple of updates to Cyberpunk, maybe a year in, when they released the I think it was the path tracing demo, I was no longer able to run. Well, no, not just the path tracing. It was the ray tracing. With ray tracing on the 38 running at 3840 by 1600. I was not able to max. I had to run it a couple of steps below where I really wanted to be. And that was, if I remember right, that was actually a little before the path tracing. Just with the standard ray tracing, ultra setting, all of that, I wasn't able to quite hit what I wanted. And so I went and I did the logical thing. I bought a 4090 within, I don't know, I was within a month of release, maybe a month or two, something like that. And I paid $2,000 for my 4090. I did not get a deal on my 4090. I paid street value for that card because I wasn't sure what the situation was going to be. I wasn't sure if they were going to go up or go down, go back to MSRP. I didn't know. So I decided, oh, you know what? I've got the cash. And it wasn't really a money question, honestly. But I had the cash, and I said, screw it, I'll upgrade. So I upgraded. Well, hold on a second. So the problem with that was that I was running my 3080 on my old i9 9900K, which is a great chip. There's nothing wrong with the 9900K, except the 9900K was not fast enough to push the 3080 to its highest potential. So if anyone is still here from the days when I was doing that and remembered, I refused to upgrade because I didn't believe that my 4090 could possibly be being bottlenecked by a 9900K, because I mean, I bought a really nice combo, board chip and RAM combo with mine, and I ended up paying, I think, somewhere in the neighborhood of, what did I pay? Like 7 for the board, 6 for the chip, 2 for the RAM, so 7, 6, 2, 15, $1,500 for the board, chip, and RAM that I had on my 9900K. Because I had the 9900K. I bought it like release day. It was the last thing I bought at Fry's Electronics before they went under. I bought the MSI Z390 Godlike Gaming, and I bought 32 gigs of DDR4 RAM, which was still expensive back then. So I was trying to get the most, 2-3 years later, I was trying to get the most bang for my buck. I didn't want to upgrade because it was still a nice board, right? So at the urging of my commenters on YouTube who insisted I was abusing the 4090, shortly after I bought the 4090, I ended up going out and buying a 12900K, which I still have, actually. I still have that chip. That's the chip that's in my ITX build that I showed in a recent video. But anyway, though, so I bought a 12900K or KF board, chip, and RAM combo. I picked it up for $600 for 12900 KF, 64 gigs DDR4, plus some random low-end MSI board. It worked. It was fine. It gave me a huge boost on the 4090. And I thought, well, I should pop my 3080 back in here and see what happens. So I did. And it turned out that with the upgrade to the 12900K, and anyone that knows the gains that were made between whatever it was, 10 nanometer and Alder Lake or 14, whatever it was, when they went from the architecture that they were using from I think 6th gen through 11th gen, when they went with the Alder Lake architecture with 12th gen, it was like going from Core 2 Duo to Core i7 1st gen, or going from Pentium 4 to Core 2 Quad. It was one of those bumps. It was huge. It was massive. And I realized that had I just upgraded my board, chip, and RAM first, I would have had the upgrade that I wanted. So, long story short, I want to give my whole situation there. Long story short, the moral of the story is when you do those kind of upgrades, make sure you upgrade the right thing. Now, I will say, I had already justified the expense. So I had the two cards in my possession, right? I had the 3080 and I had the 4090. I had already justified the expense of the 4090, and I wasn't in a tight spot financially, and so I said, screw it, I'm going to keep my 4090. And I ended up selling my system. I ended up selling a system with the 3080 and my Z390 Godlike and the 9900K. Like a month later, when I was finally definitely done with it, which is ironic because I picked up a 9900K build with a 2070 for like $100 a couple months ago, which I still have. But in any case, yeah, I ended up reselling that. I think I got a third or like 2/3. I think I got like $1,400, I think, for that build when I resold it. So I got some of my money back. But in any case, it had a lot of other nice stuff in it though too. So it wasn't just the board, chip, and RAM. But in any case, like I said, moral of the story is make sure you upgrade the right thing when you're upgrading. I'm not saying don't upgrade. I'm saying upgrade the right thing. Anyway, I hope you guys found this little talk and story interesting, and thanks for watching the video.